Hello students, in the last lecture we have seen parallel lines and the angles formed by their transversal. Okay, then the properties of parallel lines and one theorem that is the property of parallel line, that is interior angles formed are supplementary when a transversal intersects two parallel lines. Okay, now the next theorem we are going to see today, that is the corresponding angles formed by transversal of two parallel lines are congruent. Before this, what we have seen, that the interior angles formed by transversal of two parallel lines are supplementary, means their sum is 180 degree. And now what we are going to study, that the corresponding angles formed by transversal of two parallel lines are congruent. Okay, we will show the corresponding angles. So these are two parallel lines. Suppose this is line L, this is line M. These are the two parallel lines, and third line, that is line N, is their transversal. It is N. Okay, so 8 angles are formed, and this is angle A and angle B. These are corresponding angles, and what we have to prove here, that these two angles are congruent. Okay, we will take another angle here, that is angle C. Now to prove this theorem, write first what is given here. What is given? To write given, change this statement into conditional form. Conditional form means in if then form. That is what is the corresponding angles formed by transversal of two parallel lines. What is given here? That when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal. So how to write it in conditional form? That if the lines are parallel lines, then the corresponding angles formed are congruent. Okay, this is what the conditional statement. I will repeat it, when two lines are parallel lines, because that will be the condition, and then only the corresponding angles formed are congruent. Okay, so write the part following if is, we write it given, that is line L and line M are parallel lines. Line L is parallel to line M. Okay, and what is, and line L is their transversal, and line N is their transversal. Okay, and what we have to prove, then corresponding angles are congruent. So the part following then is, we write in to prove, that we have to prove. Okay, so angle A and B, these are corresponding angles. So angle A is congruent to angle B, that we have to prove. Now we will come to proof. What is, now for that three angles are shown here, angle A, angle C and angle B. Amongst them, angle A and C are angles in linear pair. You have learned before this what is meant by angles in linear pair. Okay, the two angles which have different interiors and they have one common arm. This is their common arm, and their another two arms are opposite rays of each other. So these two angles are angles in linear pair. And what is the property of angles in linear pair? That they are supplementary. Okay, so you write here first one, that angle A plus angle C equal to 180 degree. Okay, why? What is the reason of this? Because they are angles in linear pair and therefore they are supplementary. That's why I wrote here 180 degree. Now what second property we will use here? Before this we have proved the interior angle theorem. And what is that theorem? That when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then interior angles formed on same side of the transversal. These two angles are on the same side of the transversal. They are also supplementary. Therefore angle B plus angle C equal to 180 degree. Okay, you can write here, since property of interior angles. Interior, or you can just type interior angle theorem. Okay. In short, you write down here interior angle theorem. Now here the right hand sides are equal. Therefore, we can compare their left hand sides. So, from 1 and 2, what you can write? That angle A plus angle C equal to angle B plus angle C. Why? Because their right hand sides are equal. Therefore, we can equate their left hand sides. Now, angle C will get cancelled. And what you will get? Angle A equal to angle B. Angle A equal to angle B. And that we wanted to prove. Okay. So, you can write hence prove. So, see students, it is very simple theorem. Just you have to use here this angles in property of angles in linear pair and property of interior angles when the lines are parallel. Okay. Okay, we will see next theorem now, that is alternate angle theorem. When a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then two pairs of alternate angles are also formed. Two pairs of alternate interior angles and two pairs of alternate exterior angles. Okay, so what our statement says, that alternate angles formed by transversal of two parallel lines are of equal measure. Means they are also congruent. Okay. So, we will show this by figure again. These are the two parallel lines. Suppose these are lines A and B. And a third line, that is line C, is their transversal. This is line C. It is their transversal. So, these angles, angle M and angle N, they are what? Alternate angles. Okay. And to prove this theorem, we will take another angle here, that is angle L, suppose. So, these are the some angles I have shown. Actually, there are 8 angles, but just some angles we have shown here. So, what is given? That is to write given, again write this theorem or change this theorem into conditional statement. So, what will be its conditional statement again? That when lines are parallel lines, when or if two lines are parallel and they are intersected by a transversal, then alternate angles formed are congruent. Okay, this is what the statement in conditional form. Again, the part following if we write in given. So, what is given here? Line A and line B, they are parallel lines. Line A is parallel to line B. Okay, and line C is their transversal. This line C is their transversal. And what we have to prove here, that alternate angles, angle M is congruent to angle N. That we will write in prove, to prove. So, angle M is congruent to angle N. See, I have taken a pair of alternate angles. Actually, there is another pair also, but we will show this pair congruent. Again, for that, we will use the property of angles in linear pair. Here, angle M and angle L, they are angles in linear pair. So, what we have to write in proof? First, write down this. Again, what we will do? This is the angles. This is a pair of angles in linear pair, that they are supplementary. Again, we will use the property of interior angles of parallel lines. Okay. So, angle N plus angle L is also 180 degree. Angle M plus angle L is also 180 degree. Again, we will equate them and we will get what we want to prove. Okay. So, just write angle M plus angle L equal to 180 degree. By on what basis we have written it? Because they are angles in linear pair. Since angles in linear pair. Then the second property, the theorem that we have proven in the beginning, that is when two lines are parallel lines and they are intersected by a transversal, then the interior angles formed are supplement, and therefore angle L plus angle N equal to 180 degree. Again you can write the property of interior angles or interior angle theorem. Again their right hand sides are equal, and we can compare their left hand sides. Therefore from equation 1 and equation 2 we can write angle M plus angle L, this side equal to this, equal to angle L plus angle L. Again this angle L and angle L will get cancelled, and what we will get, angle M equal to angle N, and hence the theorem is proven. Okay. Now this is the first example in exercise 2.1. What is given here, that line RP is parallel to line MS and line DK is their transversal, and measure of one angle is given, that is angle DHP equal to 85 degree, and we have to find out measure of angle RHD, this one, then measure of angle PHG, this one, then measure of angle HGS, that is HGS, this one, and measure of angle MGK, that is this one. Okay, so these four measures we have to find out. So we can now, to find out the measure of this angle, you can easily correlate these two angles, that is they are angles in linear pair and their sum is 180 degree. The measure of one of the angle is 85. So what is the measure of this angle? Okay, so you can write here first that angle RHD, okay, angle RHD plus angle DHP. They are angles in linear pair and therefore you know their sum, that is 180 degree, and among between these two angles, among measure of one angle is 85 degree. Write down this, that is given to you, RHD plus 85 degree equal to 180 degree. Reason you can write here, since angle DHP equal to 85 degree, okay, or you can write it in the beginning. Then therefore angle RHD equal to 180 plus 85, when it will shifted there it will be negative 85, and then it is 95. The answer is what? 95. Okay, so the measure of angle RHD is 95. Okay, and then we will find out the measure of the next angle, that is angle PHG. You can find out the measure of angle PHG in two ways, that is angle RHD you have find out just now in the first step. Its measure is what? 95 degree, and these two, angle RHD and angle PHG, they are vertically opposite angles, okay, because these two lines intersect each other at this point, at point H, and therefore these two angles I have shown here by question mark, they are vertically opposite angles and therefore they are of equal measure. So angle PHG equal to angle RHD, angle RHD. You can write here, since vertically opposite angles, and you know that vertically opposite angles are congruent, okay, and therefore angle PHG equal to measure of RHD that we have find out, that is 95 degree. So in this way we get the measure of this angle also. In the another way again, these two angles, angle DHP and angle PHG, they are linear pair angles. So you can find out in that way also. Then the third one, that is angle HGS. Angle HGS. Okay. To find out the measure of angle HGS, again you can take alternate angles or you can take interior angles. Then what will be easy? The property of corresponding angles. Sorry, these two are corresponding angles and these two are interior angles. So in the both way you can find out, but we will take these two are corresponding angles. So angle HGS is congruent to angle DHP. Okay, because DHP, since corresponding angles, corresponding angle theorem. Okay, you know that when two lines are parallel lines and they are intersected by a transversal, then corresponding angles formed are congruent, and that property I have written here. Therefore angle HGS equal to measure of angle DHP. And what is the measure of angle DHP? That is 85 degree, and therefore it is equal to 85 degree. And in this way we have find out the measure of this angle. Okay, this is 85 degree. And we will find out the next measure, that is, beta, I want to rub this, that is measure of angle MGK. That is measure of angle, fourth one, angle MGK. Again angle DHP and angle MGK, they are alternate exterior angles, and you know that alternate angles are congruent. So I will write that property only, angle MGK equal to angle DHP, equal to angle DHP. And what will be the reason here? Since alternate angles formed by two parallel lines, formed by two parallel lines, or simply you can write down alternate angle theorem. Therefore angle MGK equal to, what is the measure of angle DHP? It is 85 degree. So you can directly write down, and in this way you have find out all these four measures. What is important here? You should use the right property and you should write the reason also like this.